and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to touch on something today regarding pregnancy and getting pregnant after 2 miscarriages and 2 close miscarriages, and then trying again, which took us a full year. And obviously the stresses of being mid to late 30s and early 40s, which I will be 41 soon, February baby. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that and what I did that was different, that I think helped me get pregnant and also the baby stick, have a sticky baby this time. It started going back to before we were going on holiday, and I wanted to really clean up my diet. I wanted to make sure that I was, you know, the healthiest that I could have been, because I knew deep down at the back of my mind, even though I pushed it to the back of my mind, that I wanted to obviously have more children. And I was putting a lot of strain on myself, thinking that, you know, I could possibly have something wrong. Would I have to go for fertility treatment? Or, you know, and I said I'd give myself a year and then we would both go, because like Liam also said, even though we know that we can both have, you know, get pregnant, it might be something that lies within, which really I appreciated that, because I just don't think sometimes guys take it upon themselves to actually think, well, hang on a minute, it might not, you know, it might not be just, it might be me as well. So we decided that we'd go on this holiday and then see how we went from there. And obviously, you know, you do realise, but prior to the holiday, I'd really started drinking at least 3 litres of water a day, because I know that it makes the eggs nice and plump and healthy. I went through a bit of like a spotty phase, which you do. You know, detoxing on the water kind of thing. So I started with that. I cut out tea and coffee on a morning, and I had aired water and with a little bit of lemon in it. I'm not a massive lover of sort of fruit teas and stuff like that. I have to really force myself to drink them. So I made sure that I drank 3. I obviously didn't cut out the tea straight away. I cut out coffee, because sometimes it either makes me want to run to the loo, or it just does. It gives me a massive headache. So I cut out coffee altogether, and I drank aired water on a morning with lemon, and my first meal of the day would have been porridge. So about 50-60 grams of porridge with honey in it, because I absolutely love honey, or just some cut up fruit. And then I would have had a protein drink. Obviously weight training, you do need your protein in you, and I'd go for a walk then first thing on a morning. I would like do probably about a 50-minute walk. I mean, where I live, I'm lucky because I live sort of in the middle of nowhere. If you've watched like some of my other vlogs, then you would see. So I would go for a really good brisk walk and sort of get my heart rate up. And then I'd come back and I would have probably a full chicken breast with 40-50 grams of rice. So I really cut back on the carbs, which some people do and some people don't. But I had always put like little bits of fats in there. So I'd have eggs with yolks in, you know, and that kind of thing. But I know my body. I know what works for my body. So I'm just giving you a rough guide of, you know, the kind of things that I changed. And obviously it was still at the forefront of my mind that I really wanted to have children, but I think I was so looking forward to going to the villa that you know, I just needed this break. I just desperately needed this break, and I think my body was tired. 2 miscarriages on the bounce was a lot. It took my body a long time to get back to normal. So yeah, so I'd come back and we had a cracking summer, absolutely cracking. So I'd eat a lot of like barbecue food, and I'm not a massive fish person, but I did put a lot of fish in my diet. I hate salmon. I'm really sorry if you love it, but I hate it. But I did have a lot of fish. So I did incorporate that. I cooked. I'm not a massive red meat eater, but I did have a little bit of steak. But I stuck to turkey, chicken, and fish. I'd have sweet potato rather than sometimes white potato because it seems to just sit better with me. I would have plenty of vitamin C. I would eat fruit. I would eat, and then. But it was the water, I think, the water, that intaking the water all the time. So 3 or 4 litres a day seems a lot, and you are going to the toilet a lot, but probably no more than you are when you're pregnant anyway. But so for me, I think that really worked, and I started this diet only about 6 weeks out of going on holiday. We had... so we worked together, and then by the time sort of like dinner time came or whatever, I'd like work during the day at home, which is good, so I can please myself. And then Liam had finished work and we would go and train, but Liam works in a school, so he had like 9 weeks off, like so we'd like end up where we spend all the time together training and really like making sure that his food was prepped, so that I wouldn't be snacking on stuff that I shouldn't be snacking, and neither would he. So I'd obviously train and then he'd train at the same time. So it was really nice, and I think adapting that kind of mentality stopped me overthinking about the pregnancy and actually put something else in my mind, because I'd document like, you know, I would never document what I'd train. I would never do that. I just documented like what I'd eaten and maybe my weight right at the beginning, but other than that, I never weigh myself. I don't go on how much I've come off on the weights. I go on how I feel and how I look. And when you're eating healthy food, you will feel so much different. So for me, it was important to maintain that kind of healthiness. When we went on holiday, we stayed in a villa. It had 8 bedrooms. I'll put a picture of it on here. It was absolutely beautiful, and it had an outside barbecue. So we'd cook like literally every day. We went out twice, and we cooked every day. And I think it was just the break we needed. Like everything's so timed. Like, oh my God, we've got to have sex at this time, and I'm showing this, and my cervix, mucus is like this, and I'd actually stopped it all because I was driving myself crazy. So I'd changed my mindset to, it'll happen when my body has recovered from the 2 miscarriages that it had. But I needed to make sure that my body was 110% healthy. And obviously everybody wants to look good on holiday. Everybody does. I'm lucky that I don't carry a lot of weight. I am very different. I have to train really heavy and hard to keep the muscle on that I do. So to be honest, the kind of training that I'm doing now is mostly body weight, because I think the last pregnancy I had, I was still lifting and squatting really heavy, and it really, I had is it a hematoma, like blood clot around the baby, and it could have been caused from something as like that. And I thought, no, I'm not doing it. It's not for me to be putting stress upon my body. So like I say, I do a lot more swimming than anything, and if I want to rest, I will rest. But I did make sure prior to this pregnancy that I was the healthiest, and I felt healthy. I felt really healthy. I've always been quite a healthy person. I've always been, so I think if you are struggling and you don't have the best diet, I think first things first, please just try. I mean, I'm no doctor, but I'm 40-year-old. I'm 41 in a week too, and it works for me. And at first time ever that I'd had to really, really, really watch sort of like my own body without, you'd had 2 children. I'd been, divorced a long time. I never thought that anything else could happen, but I changed my whole mindset, and I just thought, right, I need to stop concentrating so much on that because I'm stressing myself out. And then you know what stress does? It causes havoc with your body. And we went on holiday and we just had the best time. We were like 2 kids. We had the best time. And I actually got pregnant on that holiday. And I put it down to the fact that I'd really changed the way that my food intake was going in. I monitored it. I was never without, even if I snacked on a little bit of fruit, every sort of, like, I would eat like every 3 hours, which I know a lot of people's go, oh my God, like, I can't cook that. But you don't have to cook every 3 hours. You know, there is like things that you can like snack on, you know. But I did a lot of reading up on it, but I was obviously aware of how important like diet was, and to me I wanted to strip a little bit of fat. I didn't want to lose loads of fat because I weren't competing, but I just wanted to like make my muscles pop a little bit on holiday. And to be honest with you, really, it worked. And I think, you know, the intake of water and everything else, so my body was 110% healthy. For me, obviously, I'd not gone too far to the point that I'd stripped every bit of bloody body fat off me. But, you know, we were healthy, and we enjoyed actually one another on holiday. Like, it weren't like, oh, I've come on, you know. So there is a sense of, I don't know, a little bit like, oh God, like, is it ever going to happen? Or which one of us is it, you know? Or is it, you know, I don't know. It is just one of them things. And so I just wanted to sort of say to you, you know, I know like you, after they say you have to wait like 12 months before they'll do anything fertility wise, but that's what I did. Like, I really sort of shaped up my training. I went for a walk. Obviously I went to lift the weights, but if that's not for you, a good brisk walk, once or twice a day if you can manage it, really, like, it really clears your mind. And I went through a phase of feeling really down, like, about it. So I'd like really, I'm a very motivational person. I massively believe in, you know, the stuff that you put in your mind, and how your mind works. And I'd lost myself. I'd literally lost who I thought I was, because I'd, you know, moved from one place to another. I had to start up working for myself again, and this, that and other, and, you know, and 2 miscarriages down the line, and I just thought, oh God, like, wow, this is, I don't know, this is hard. So I made sure that I changed everything, sort of healthy body, healthy mind. We had a bit of an holiday, and yeah, and it worked for me. And I knew when I'd come home and missed the September's period, I'd actually worked in the office that day, come back, and I'd done a tea time test, because like normally I wouldn't have done that. I would have tried to wait, but I waited. I was really good. I waited till the right past my pregnant period. I didn't even test before I was due. I tested right at the end, and I couldn't look at it. I literally peed on a stick and left it at the top of the landing for him to come and have a look. So that was really nice. So he knew before me, which was nice. But please don't give in. Try and change something if that's, you know, I'm happy to talk about it if you want to talk about it. It happened for me. I'm 24 weeks pregnant on Friday, and yeah, so I feel really lucky, but I think I did do stuff for myself to help. If you're only just starting out and you're struggling, or you've had a couple of miscarriages, maybe it's something that you can try before going to your doctor, or, you know, because I know, like, for us, it was like, when I'd read up, like, well, they won't do anything for 12 months anyway. But yeah, I just want to wish you all the best, and don't like and I know it's really hard because I've done it myself, but I changed what was important to me. So the importance was health and doing and getting the right stuff. You know, it's coming to Valentine's Day, so you just never know. But, you know, first things first, I just wanted to come on here and just sort of give you an insight into what my little journey, my journey was, well, year and a bit journey was. And just before I go, can you see that teddy there? I don't think you can. Let me leave. How cute is that? I made it. I've probably got far too much. That's one good thing about working from home. Like, you can, I work my own hours and please myself, which is lucky. So yeah, so good luck with everything, and I will probably see you on Friday for my 24 weeks or 23 weeks update. So take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon.